Hello YouTube, this is Frugal and welcome to the FROOGLESIM news for today, Sunday, October the 4th, 2015. Obviously, this was a fairly huge week. First up, obviously, Prepared version 3 released this week. To mixed reactions from the community about that release, actually, with a small number of people vocally complaining that there should have been a free update. Regardless, it's not a free update, and Prepared 3D 2.5 will no longer receive patches or updates as a result of version 3 releasing. A number of developers, though, this is the news, have thus started to respond to the release from Lockheed Martin. PMDG have already released updated installers for their 737 NGX and their 777. There have been some noted problems, notably with click spots disappearing and things like that, which PMDG are looking into. Hi-Fi Simulations have put up an open beta of Active Sky Next that supports P3D version 3. FS Dream Team have updated GSX already, and Iris Simulations have said that their add-ons will install into P3D V3, I guess, without issue. Flight Beam have announced that not only is their newly released KSFO revamp P3D V3 compatible, but it was designed for the platform and actually performs best in the new sim. FSFX Packages have released an update to their product line, including Precipit FX, enabling their cool visual effects packages to work in the new platform. Interestingly, Milviz made a very public announcement on Facebook that their products don't work well in P3D V3 and won't be updated until after Lockheed had gone through a round of hotfixes. This isn't unusual. Quite often after a major sim release, the publisher will actually hotfix it and patch it based on feedback from the user community. I did reach out to Colin at Milviz though, and he explained that they have 8 specific P3D products and updating them all will take quite a bit of time. If Lockheed produce a hotfix soon, which is quite likely, that's potentially work that will have to be redone. As a result, Milviz are sitting tight. Haven't heard other developers say that yet, but it wouldn't surprise me to see some. A number of other developers have stated that they are looking into updated installers. I haven't seen any of them released yet, notably Orbex, A2A Simulations and Majestic. Next big release this week is DCS World 1.5 Open Beta. The price is free. Eagle Dynamics make their money from the aircraft you buy to use in the sim. 1.5 Open Beta is more than just a patch. It is actually DCS World 2.0, although the latter will have access to new maps coming later this year and into next, notably Nevada in November and then the Persian Gulf map. DCS World 1.5 Open Beta brings a huge number of significant changes to both the engine itself, but also every single available aircraft available right now. Notable among the changes, of course, are an updated graphics engine, high-resolution maps and terrain, improved HDR and camera effects, and a considerable boost in performance over 1.0. The changes are considerable enough, in fact, that there's no way I can cover them all in a single news show, so I am working on a series of videos on this very channel looking at DCS World Open Beta 1.5 and the various aircraft for it. You can pick up the Open Beta for free from the link in the show notes below. Remaining in DCS world though, Eagle Dynamics announced this week the DCS L39 Albatross Open Beta is available right now. The L39, if you're not aware, is a low-wing, high-performance jet that doubles as both a trainer and a light attack aircraft. As I mentioned in a previous show, one of the most interesting aspects of the DCS version of this craft is actually the trainer capability. The instructor sits in the rear, with the pilot in the front of the real aircraft, and the instructor has the ability to throw system failure simulations at the pilot. This is actually being modeled, and in the open beta right now, I understand there is even a multiplayer co-op ride-along demoed that allows 2 people to be in the same aircraft at the same time, a precursor of things to come and a first for DCS. The aircraft supports a high-fidelity flight model, fully interactive cockpit, and the ability to fly single player from either seat. The beta, of course, requires DCS World 1.5 Open Beta, and you'll need to pre-order the L39 to get access to the L39's beta. It will cost you $49.99 at the link in the show notes below. Next big product released this week is actually X-Plane. X-Plane released 10.4. This is a pretty substantial release, bringing with it a number of performance enhancements, as well as bug fixes, major improvements to the weather engine and scenery systems, as well as scenery loading changes that now make scenery at long range appear much sharper than previously. ATC has also been improved this time around, and a new AVI movie recording feature that lets you dump out a video file of your flights for later editing and of course upload to YouTube. The update even includes an additional 500 detailed airports, including Chicago O'Hare, Heathrow, Atlanta, Frankfurt that you're looking at now, and Hong Kong. One of the biggest changes though is something called Control Pad. This is an instructor application that runs on an iPad and allows a user on that iPad app to change the weather, the position, and even initiate system failures right from the iPad app. The update of course is free for existing users from www.xplane.com or from Steam, depending on where you got your install of Xplane from in the first place. Sticking with Xplane, Xaviation this week announced SkyMax 3. SkyMax is a tool that overhauls the way clouds and weather are depicted in Xplane, and the new version includes stratiform clouds that extend all the way to the horizon, as well as realistic in-cloud effects. Drawing distances throughout the application have been massively increased, with the ability now to have 3D volumetric cloud layers extending out to 200 kilometers. And if that weren't enough, all these changes come with performance and memory management improvements. The tool also works or will work with SoundMax, with lightning in SkyMax triggering positional thunder sounds from SoundMax. It's currently in beta testing with a full release expected shortly. The video you've been watching is a video from the amazing Red Piper 1. His video is linked in the show notes below, as well as the SkyMax 3 announcement. I do urge you to check out Red Piper 1's channel and subscribe if you're an Xplane fan. And finally, back to the normal world of flight simulation, Just Flight just announced that the T1 Hawk is in development. Just Flight's internal development team, the same guys that worked on the Tornado and the Canberra, are busy beavering away on the T1 Hawk for FSX and Prepared. The Hawk, of course, is instantly recognizable as the aircraft flown by the world-famous Red Arrows, but also serves as a trainer with forces all over the world. It's likely to be a study-level aircraft and include highly detailed textures at 4K resolution, as well as modeling payloads like the Sidewinder, the 8N cannon pod, and of course Red Arrow smoke pods. The add-on will also model both front and back seat operations of the aircraft. No news yet on a release date or a price for this product, but do keep an eye on Just Flight's in development page at the link in the show notes below. So that's it for this week. I'm certain in this huge week of new sim re-releases, updates and enhancements and versions and everything else I've missed something. If that is the case, leave me a note in the comments section below, and if it's worth including in next week's show, I'll be sure to do so. As always, my name is Frugal. Thank you all so very, very much for watching and for letting me know that you do want to keep this as a weekly, not bi-weekly show. And until next time, I'll see you all very soon.